Before I do a movie about brothers and sister, I want to thank my sister for sending me a card on my birthday. And my brother-in-law Paul and all the family members that sent me a birthday card. I appreciate that. This is from my sister and her husband Paul. They are fantastic people. And I want to thank you guys for the card. Now it is time to review The New Kids. Yes, that is me, back in the 80s. Enjoy the review. What is up, everybody? It is Hobbs Horror back with your Sunday horror cult exploitation film series. Today we are focusing on the 1985 Sean S Cunningham film The New Kids. Of course, you guys know Sean S Cunningham in the original Friday the 13th. He also did My Boyfriend's Back. You guys know Sean S Cunningham. This is the original artwork here for this particular film. Starring Shannon Presby, Lori Loughlin, James Spader, and Eric Stoltz. This movie was put over to me, and I learned about this movie from Dave Maggot. Approximately 1 hour and 30-minute runtime. Columbia Pictures film. And we have The New Kids. This is that VHS edition cover. And that is a Prime song, You Can't Lose. So let's get into this film here today. What you have here is Lauren and Abby, not to be confused with Lauren and Abby, but Lauren and Abby. They are military kids, and their parents are tragically killed. And with that being said, they have to go live with their relatives. And with their relatives running an amusement park, they decide to live with them and get jobs and kind of build the park up. And the park's kind of hit a rough time and a rough patch, so they're there to kind of rebuild the park, attract business and whatnot, and get the park back up and running. While they're doing that, they go to a new high school. And at the new high school, you have your standard high school kids there. You have the jocks, the preps, the geeks, for lack of a better term, the nerds. Then you got the kids that pick on people. Lori Loughlin, obviously, you guys know her from Full House. She is one of the primary focal points as she is being picked on and bullied by James Spader's character and his gang of punks. They keep harassing her and wanting to do bad things to her. Use your imagination. And finally, Lauren steps up and says, "You're going to leave my sister alone." There's a couple confrontations, just kind of subtle confrontations, and then stuff starts to take a different turn, starts to get way more serious, as it actually does in real life. These fights start to get a little more serious, the harassment gets a little more serious, as Abby has declined these guys that are trying to date her multiple occasions, and they're just not having it. So they decide to start to attack Abby and her brother. And knowing that this is somewhat of a life or death situation, they decide to fight back. So basically, the premise of the film is the sister and brother are going to defend the amusement park, but more specifically defend themselves. And it all cultivates onto a night of revenge and violence. And basically, I'm not going to spoil the end, but it was really good. And my thoughts on the film. This is a must-watch. This was really, really good. Now, some of the subject matter may be a little hard for people for certain situations, but it depicts how things are. Kids are bullies. Kids get picked on. It also shows a great appreciation for brother and sister and families sticking up for each other. Um, I really liked the story. I really liked the characters. This movie was deep. It only had a $200,000 budget, and the budget was well done. I don't think it made $200,000 in the opening weekend, or maybe the budget was more, but from IMDb, it just said there was a $200 gross on the film. I think it became more of a cult classic outside of the theater. The fight scenes were well choreographed as well. I loved the amusement park. I loved how they designed the end scenes of the film, if you guys know what I'm referring to. Just really, really well shot. Um, highly, highly recommended. It is a revenge film. It is a film about survival. Definitely in that cult classic realm of films. Let me know what you guys think about The New Kids. Have you seen this one? Do you like it? If you didn't like it, tell me why. And don't forget tonight, 10 o'clock, the midnight hour, I will be taking a back seat as Miss Boomstick will be running the show tonight on her channel. So go subscribe to her and have Cheatable View and the Horror of Spice, as they are going to be running the show tonight. I will be in the chat. I just want to kind of pass the buck for tonight. Also, I want to tell you guys I appreciate all the views and all of your subscriptions. You guys are amazing. See you guys tonight. This is Hobbs Horror. Peace.